welcome student. We have gone through some concepts of ray optics for those students, junior students, moving from 11th to 12th. This lecture also I am targeting again to junior student who are moving from 11th to 12th, electrostatic. Here onward, we'll have the session of both part. We'll have session optics as well as we'll have session for electrostatic. An assignment of both I am going to give you. Yes, first, if we are starting electrostatic, we have to think for charge. So charge, in general, you are knowing right from your secondary schooling, positive or negative. Like proton, positively charged, electron negatively charged. It is just conventional, remember. Like from today onward, all positive charge, if we are treating as a negative, and all negative charge we are treating as a positive, there is no difference in world or in any theory of electrostatic. So, positive charge as well as negative charge. But as far as value of basic electrical charge is concerned, it is same for both proton as well as electron, that is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. This is value of basic electrical charge. And it was determined by Millikan's oil drop experiment, according to which basic electrical charge is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. I have written coulomb, that is SI unit of charge. Coulomb, in CGS you can measure charge in ESU, that is electrostatic unit. And in some MCQ or numerical you may require relation between coulomb and ESU. So remember, 1 coulomb is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 9 ESU, electrostatic unit. Coulomb SI unit, CGS unit, ESU, and relation is 1 coulomb is 3 into 10 raised to 9 ESU. There is one more unit of charge, EMU, electromagnetic unit. But that I am giving you people as an assignment. Either you can put answer in group or you can put as a comment. What is relation between EMU, that is electromagnetic unit, and ESU, that is electrostatic unit? Yes, this was basic things to start. Value of basic charge, this you are supposed to prepare. SI unit, CGS unit of charge, and relation between SI unit and CGS unit of charge. Moving further, yes. So as far as charge is concerned, we have already discussed that electron and proton are identical. But remember one more data, mass. You are not supposed to mug up, just for understanding purpose. Otherwise, this kind of data, either you are giving NEET exam, JEE exam or board exam, will be written or will be given to you. Mass is concerned. So mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. And mass of proton is 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. Mass of electron, mass of proton. So naturally we can easily identify that proton is much massive than electron. If you want to go for value, approximately mass of proton is 1836 times heavier than mass of electron. Mass of proton is 1836 times heavier than mass of electron. Yes, this was basic data. One more basic. Net charge on body we can find out by an instrument called electroscope. Yes, after this much basic data, moving to 3 properties of electrical charge. First property and second property are quite simple. You will not have much question, MCQ from that. Third property, quantization of charge, you can have lots of one marker. First property, that is electrical charge is additive in nature. Electrical charge is additive in nature means algebraic sum of total charge on the body or net charge on the body is algebraic sum of positive as well as negative charge. Like if I am having a body with charge plus 2 coulomb, on that I am adding another charge minus 3 coulomb, then net charge on body will be minus 1 coulomb. What you have done? Algebraic sum plus 2 coulomb minus 3 coulomb. Net charge is minus 1 coulomb. This is first property. Electrical charge is additive in nature. As I said, it is quite simple. Second property is electrical charge is conservative in nature. Electrical charge is conservative in the nature means for electrically isolated system, the net charge remains invariant or constant. Net charge means sum of positive and negative charge remain invariant or constant. Look, what does it mean by electrically isolated system? I am standing, if I have wear some footwear with rubber sole, then no charge can enter or leave my body, then I am electrically isolated. But moment when I put my hand on some conducting part, charge can flow out through my body, so I am no more electrically isolated. But if any electrically isolated system is there, then net amount of charge, that is algebraic sum of positive and negative charge, remains constant. That is, electrical charge is conservative in nature. Means you cannot separately create or separately destroy only positive and negative charge. When a positive charge is created, it will be followed by creation of negative charge or vice versa. This was second property. What first we have discussed, that is charge is additive in nature. And what second we have discussed, charge is conservative in nature. Now third property, continue with third property, charge is quantized in nature. This property has some mathematical explanation, so you may have lots of questions from that. What does it mean by quantized? Net charge on the body, Q, will always be integer multiple of basic electrical charge. Net charge found on the body is always integer multiple of basic electrical charge. Here n is integer number, and E basic electrical charge 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So net charge on the body is always integer multiple of basic electrical charge, that is quantization of charge. And student, remember in general meaning of the word quantization. In physics, when something is quantized, means it is integer multiple of some basic value. I'll give very simple example. You can keep money in your pocket with having only 50 rupees note. Then rupees what you are having in your pocket will always multiple of 50. Like if you are having one note, you are having 50. Two notes, you are having 100. 3, 150. You can have 50, 150, 100, 200. You cannot have 175. Your rupees will always be integer multiple of 50, because what I have said, you can keep only 50 rupees note. So, can you say that it is multiple of 50? Same way here, charge is multiple of E. Net charge found on the body is integer multiple of basic electrical charge. Where basic electrical charge, I have written 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Like, take one example. Let's say Q is equal to 6.4 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Q is equal to 7.0 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Q is equal to 8.0 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. If three values of charge I have given. Now see which is valid. First, 6.4 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Is it a valid value of charge? Yes, because Is it 4 times than charge of electron? Charge of electron 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. This is also valid, 5 into charge of electron, but this is not multiple of E. This value is not multiple of E. So this is not valid value of the charge. So what we are supposed to prepare from law of quantization, Q is equal to N into E. That is, charge found on the body is always integer multiple of basic electrical charge. Yes, this simple concept have lots of mathematical application which we are going to discuss in a question and answer form. Some questions I am giving, response of which I want from you people. Yes, as I said, I want response from you people. So some question like number of electrons required to make 1 coulomb charge. How many electrons are making 1 coulomb charge? Further, charge on nucleus XZA. You are knowing, you have gone through this concept in 11th chemistry. Z represent atomic number, A atomic mass number. So what is charge of this nucleus? Further, if a body have 10 raised to 19 electron, excess electron, what is charge on the body? And by law of quantization also we can correlate charge with mass. One question based on that also I am giving. What is charge of 1 gram of electron? So this is the application part. Number of electron required to make 1 coulomb charge, charge of nucleus XZA. If body have 10 raised to 19 excess electron, what is charge on that? Charge of 1 gram of electron. These all are based on the law of quantization. And as per law of quantization, what we have written? Q is equal to N into E. Before I conclude this property, look, why charge is quantized? Because we can charge body or discharge body by transferring electron. Like let's say this is a glass rod, silk cloth, I am rubbing glass with silk. Glass rod, let's say lost 50 electron. Then what charge develop on it? Plus 50 into E. On silk, minus 50 into E. If glass rod have lost 10 electron, then charge will be 10 into E. Here minus 10 into E. So how we are charging body? By transferring electron, which is only possible in integer form. That is why charge on the body is always quantized. What I say, we can charge body by transferring electron, which is only possible in integer form. In the sense, from one body to other body, we can transfer 10 electron, 20 electron, 45 electron, but we cannot transfer 7.5 electron. Transfer of electron will always take place in integer form. As a result of that, the charge developed on the body will always be integer multiple of basic electrical charge. Yes, 1. Now after these three property, we'll have to go for distribution of charge and induction of charge. But before that, some questions I have given. Some question also I am going to put you in group, which you have to write down, or you have to respond in group, or you have to respond in a comment session. And we'll continue another lecture with electrostatic, and then pattern will be twice or thrice in a week ray optics and twice or thrice in a week electrostatic. Yes, all the best. Stay at home, stay safe.